classmates, this is my exercise for the 6th week of the exercise of the Coursera course entitled The Cipher in the Manuscripts in the Medieval Era. I would like to show you how I have done my code effects this week because I work on drawings. I did drawings, I put some letters and ornaments. I wrote a little poem in Spanish. I hope you like till the end and you will enjoy it. And I copied some relevant artists. I'm going to explain you why I choose them. And then I have two little code effects, this one and the other one. I put these nice letters, nice words with ornaments. I took some letters from old manuscripts. Okay, then I'm going to explain you how I prepared them and how I did them.
First of all, I select the manuscript, and then I decided to write in uncial letter and still using my feather as I did some weeks ago. And then I decided to decorate the codex as most beautiful as possible. For that goal, I follow the instructions in Coursera course where they explain us several margins of the text could be decorated and with different meanings or drawings or paintings, whatever. For the goal, I used this material. Well, the copy of the manuscripts, of the drawings in the manuscripts, I wanted to replicate it. I used gum, a compass, pencil, some colors for making it more beautiful, a magnifying glass, my codices, and a pair of scissors, of course the illustrated pages that I copied in color and in black and white. I took several examples for this goal. First of all, I took a letter in the Beato de Liébana, that is a very famous illustrated manuscript in Spain because it was made in Cantabria in the north in the year 798, so it's quite very old. I choose this letter because it reminds me like the Eden scene. It seems to be like Adam and Eve and a snake here, but actually I'm not sure if they are two Adams. I will show you later on. Also, I choose a page from the Cantigas to Santa Maria by Alfonso X the Wise, the Queen. That it's a sort of songs or poems to the Virgin Mary or to a woman, an idealized woman. And letter and decoration is really beautiful. That's why I took this page. And it's dated about year 1250, so quite old as well. Also, I took 2 pages of the book manuscript codex entitled Descriptio Orbis Terrarum. That is a beautiful decorated old book about geography and the world definition in those years. And it's made in the Renaissance in the year 1450. I took in that book I took 1C and 1L because that was really beautiful, and also this ornamentation that in the margins that I found really beautiful. And also I tried to find more decoration, but it's not easy at all. But I found a Mert Codex, that is an astronomy book dated in the year 850, and I took some letters from it, and also I took some letters from a commentary on the Divine Comedy by Pietro Alighieri in the year 1364. Okay, this is what I choose. And also, of course, I also forgot, I also choose, or I selected some drawings made by Leonardo da Vinci in the Renaissance period. And I was looking at several of his books, his codices, and he really made beautiful and brilliant drawings. It was difficult for me to select, but I tried to understand them, and this I choose this little star with like teeth in this position to make a rotation impossible to make in two directions, but just in one direction. That was a very wise method or technique. I was impressed. Also, I was impressed about how anatomy was advanced those years, because they really know a lot about the hand. For instance, the bones, the muscles, the tendons, nerves, almost everything is already painted by Leonardo da Vinci those years. So, and well, I will show you more later on. These are my videos, how I made them. This is the what I mentioned you before, the Codex, the Beato de Lievana, that was made by one person who became religious later on, and this is the paint that I choose because it reminds me like the Adam and Eve, but I told you that I think they are two Adams. I don't know. Okay, but this is very beautiful drawing with many details. You can see here. Well, I couldn't reproduce it completely, but I did my best, as I'm going to show you right now. I draw with a pen and some colors, and I try to reproduce the most significant character in the painting, because my technique is not as improved as in the medieval era. That's amazing, but it's true. Well, but it also helped me to understand the taste of these people. This is fireplace that made by Leonardo da Vinci, and it was really curious for me because he made the drawing of the fireplace like a typical fireplace, but he also included a canal for air. Then he was thinking in a further mechanism to feed the fire with air in two different levels. That was really clever, and that's why I decided to copy it by Leonardo da Vinci. You see, it's like elevated over the floor, and then it's having like a tube where the air is coming and getting in and out. This is a hitch made by Leonardo DiCaprio, and like Leonardo da Vinci, and was very surprising for me because it's very modern. And this is a distiller mechanism where you put some liquid in one side and then heating in the middle and getting another different compound in the other side by distillation. And I thought it's really brilliant, the geometrical design, the geometrical design of this like a chimney or something was really nice, and I decided to copy it. Okay, now I'm going to show you how it was the final video how the two concepts were made. This is the video by the and a little poem in Spain. Léase este escrito con paciencia, pues docta su escritora es. El corazón dolorido, Alicia me llama. I was wondering this point, perhaps the mechanism that Leonardo da Vinci was using by writing in the opposite from right to left was done because the paper was transparent like my codicex. I don't know, but it could be. This is a beautiful star that he also made. I don't know what for, but it was beautiful and I copied. And this is the hand that I mentioned before. He had a really high level knowledge of anatomy. Okay, for the second the codicex, I'm going to show you as well. I used the ink that I used before. Quisiera yo huir con amado. You see the letters? Como dos destinos entrelazados. And the ornaments. This is the distiller that I draw. Pues lo amo como a mi vida. That is writing in uncial letter. Viviendo sin sentido, the V is used by other manuscripts. Sintiendo sin motivo, queriendo despertar contigo, me chao. Ya, esta espera me desespera, quiero despertar contigo. And that's it. This is how I made my two videos and my two codicex. I really would like to. These are the manuscripts that I choose. This is the Merz manuscripts of the 9th century. This is the commentary to the Divine Comedy made by Pietro Alighieri in year 1264. This is the Cantica to Santa Maria made by the Queen Alfonso X the Wise. This is the Scriptio Orbis Terratum that I told you is beautiful, made with a lot of drawing and letters. And as I showed you before, the Leona D. Okay, I'm going to say thanks again to Professors Sanchez Prieto and Martinez Davila because they explain it very well and they really motivate people to do these tabs that I really didn't know. And the Coursera team to make the platform for this course to make it happen. Thanks and hope to see you next week.